What if I told you your life right now isn't the result of how hard you work? It's the result of just 10 money decisions you've either made or completely ignored. And the worst part? Most people don't even realize they're making these decisions until they wake up 10 years later, still broke, still stuck, still wondering what went wrong. So if you've ever felt like you're working hard but getting nowhere, this is the video you don't skip. Because one of these decisions will either make you rich or quietly ruin your life. Let's start with the one almost nobody talks about. Decision number 1, who you listen to about money. So what do I mean by this? Well, here, just put it this way. Most people get financial advice from people who are broke. Think about that. You ask your coworkers about investing, your family about saving, your friends about money moves. But look around. Are they where you want to be? Because if they're not, why are they your financial advisors? See, this is the first decision that changes everything. Who you allow to influence your thinking. Because money is not just math, it's psychology. And if you're surrounded by people who think like this, money is hard to make. Investing is risky. Just play it safe. Guess what? You're going to adopt that mindset without even realizing it. It's like being in a room full of smokers and wondering why you smell like smoke. You don't need more motivation. You need better input. Because wealthy people think completely differently. They don't say, I can't afford that. They say, how can I afford that? They don't avoid risk. They learn how to manage it. They don't follow the crowd. They question it. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If you keep taking advice from people who are financially struggling, you are literally being trained to stay broke. So one of the most life-changing decisions you can make is this. Upgrade your financial circle. Follow people who have results. Learn from people who have actually built wealth, not just people who talk about it, people who've done it, because the moment you change your inputs, you change your outcomes. But here's where it gets dangerous, because even if you have the right information, most people still fail at the next decision. And this is where things start to separate fast, because knowing what to do doesn't mean you'll actually do it. And that leads to the next decision, the one that silently keeps people stuck for years. Decision number 2, delaying financial action. Let me ask you something. How long have you been saying, I'll start saving next month? I'll invest when I have more money. I'll figure it out later. Yeah, later. The most expensive word in the English language, because here's the reality. Time is not neutral. Time is either working for you or against you. There is no middle, and the longer you wait to start, the harder it becomes to catch up. Let me give you a simple example. 2 people. Person A starts investing at 25. Person B starts at 35. Person B actually invests more money every month. But guess what? Person A still ends up with more money because they started earlier. That's not magic. That's compounding. And compounding doesn't care about your intentions. It only rewards action. See, most people think they need more money to start. But the truth is, they need to start to get more money because action creates clarity. Action builds confidence. Action creates momentum. Waiting does the opposite. It builds fear. It builds doubt. It builds excuses. And before you know it, you've wasted 5, 10, 15 years thinking about what you should do instead of actually doing it. So here's the decision. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Start small, start messy, start now. Because the earlier you start, the less you have to stress later. But even if you start, there's another trap that will quietly drain everything you build. And this next one, almost everybody falls into it. Because it's not just about how much you make, it's about what you do with what you make. And that brings us to the decision that destroys more wealth than anything else. Decision number 3, lifestyle inflation. For all my longtime subscribers, you know exactly what I'm talking about here, but I want to take it even deeper right now. Just think about it. You get a raise. You upgrade your lifestyle. New car, better apartment, more eating out, more you deserve it purchases, and just like that, you're still broke, just at a higher level. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the biggest financial traps in modern society because the system is designed to make you spend more as you earn more. You make more, so you feel like you can afford more, but instead of building wealth, you just increase your expenses, and now you need that higher income just to survive. It's like being on a treadmill, but the speed keeps increasing. You're working harder, but going nowhere. Let me give you a real-life scenario. You start making $50,000 a year. You survive. Then you make $80,000. You feel rich for about 3 months. Then your expenses catch up. Now $80,000 feels normal. Then you hit $100,000. Same thing, because your lifestyle expands to match your income. And here's the kicker. If your expenses grow at the same rate as your income, you will never build wealth. Never. Because wealth is not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. And more importantly, how much you invest. Wealthy people don't increase their lifestyle every time they make more. They increase their assets. They delay gratification. They live below their means, even when they don't have to, because they understand something most people don't. Freedom comes from ownership, not appearance. So here's the decision. Every time your income increases, do not upgrade your lifestyle first. Upgrade your investments, because the goal isn't to look rich, it's to be rich. But here's where it gets even more interesting, because even if you control your lifestyle, there's another decision that determines whether your money grows or disappears. Because money doesn't grow just because you saved it. It grows because you put it in the right places. And most people are putting their money in the worst possible place. Decision number 4, keeping your money in the wrong place. Let me say something that might sound crazy, but it needs to be said. Saving money alone will not make you rich. In fact, if all you do is save money, you're actually losing. Why? Because of inflation. Every year, your money loses value. That $100 you save today, it won't buy the same things in 5 years. So if your money is just sitting in a basic savings account, doing nothing, you're slowly getting poorer. And most people don't even realize it. They think they're being responsible, but they're actually falling behind because money is like a worker. If it's not working for you, it's wasting time. Wealthy people don't just save money. They deploy it. They put it into assets, investments, businesses, things that generate more money because they understand this. You don't get rich from earning money. You get rich from multiplying it. And multiplication only happens when your money is in motion. Now, I'm not saying go throw your money into random investments. That's how you lose everything. But I am saying learn where your money should go. Stocks, index funds, real estate, cash flowing assets, because leaving your money idle is one of the most expensive mistakes you can make. So here's the decision. Stop treating your money like something to protect and start treating it like something to grow. But once your money starts growing, there's another decision that determines whether you keep it or lose it. And this next one, this is where people make their biggest mistake, right when they start winning. Because making money is one thing. Keeping it is a completely different game. And most people never learn the rules. Decision number 5, ignoring taxes and structure. Look, I completely get it. Even I feel this way most times. Nobody wants to talk about taxes. It's boring. It's confusing. It feels complicated. So people ignore it. Big mistake. Because taxes are one of the biggest expenses you will ever have. And if you don't understand how they work, you will lose a massive chunk of your money every single year. Wealthy people don't just focus on making money, they focus on keeping it. They use tax strategies, business structures, legal systems to reduce what they owe. Not illegally, but intelligently. Meanwhile, the average person just works, gets paid, and hands over a huge percentage without questioning anything. That's not a strategy. That's a system working against you because the tax code is designed to reward certain behaviors. Investing, owning businesses, creating assets, and if you don't play that game, you pay more. Simple as that. So here's the decision. Learn the basics of taxes, understand how money flows, and start thinking like an owner, not just an employee. Because the difference between the rich and everyone else isn't just how much they make, it's how much they keep. Now here's the thing. Most people think these first 5 decisions are enough. They're not. Because what we're about to get into next is where people either build real wealth or completely sabotage everything they've started. And the next decision? This one looks harmless, but it quietly destroys your future. And honestly, I know some people watching this might get uncomfortable. But here's the truth. Most people don't fail financially because they don't know enough. They fail because of what they keep doing anyway. And this next decision, this is one of those silent killers. Decision number 6, stop buying cheap things that keep you poor. All right, I'll get straight to the point. This one is sneaky because it feels smart. You're saving money, right? You're buying the cheaper option, cutting corners, trying to be responsible. But here's the twist. Cheap decisions often create expensive problems. Let me explain. You buy the $40 shoes instead of the $120 pair. They wear out in 3 months. Now you buy another pair, and another, and another. By the end of the year, you've spent more than if you just bought quality once. That's not saving money. That's leaking money. Same with cheap furniture that breaks, cheap tools that don't last, cheap services that create bigger problems later. But it gets deeper than that, because this isn't just about products. It's about mindset. When you constantly chase the cheapest option, you train your brain to think short-term. And short-term thinking is the enemy of wealth. Wealth is built on long-term decisions. Patience, durability, value. Not what's the lowest price right now. Wealthy people don't ask, what's the cheapest option? They ask, what gives me the most value over time? That one shift changes everything. So here's the decision. Stop asking, how little can I spend? Start asking, what actually makes sense long-term? Because cheap thinking will quietly keep you poor. Now, here's where people really mess up. Because even when they try to save money, they fall into a trap that looks responsible, but is actually holding them back. Decision number 7, prioritizing saving over earning. This one might trigger some people, but it needs to be said. You can't budget your way to wealth. Let me say that again. You can't budget your way to wealth. And trust me, I get it. Yes, saving matters. Yes, being disciplined matters. But there's a limit to how much you can save. There is no limit to how much you can earn. And most people are focused on the wrong side. They obsess over cutting $5 here, saving $10 there, skipping small pleasures, while completely ignoring the bigger question, how do I make more money? Think about it. You can only cut so many expenses, but you can increase your income over and over again. New skills, side hustles, better opportunities, investments. That's where real growth happens, because the people who build wealth fastest don't just manage money better, they create more of it. And here's the truth nobody tells you. Extreme frugality can actually slow you down because it keeps your focus small. It keeps you playing defense instead of offense. Wealth is built by playing offense, creating, building, scaling, not just cutting back. So here's the decision. Yes, be smart with your money, but don't let saving become your main strategy. Make earning your priority, because income is the engine, and without a strong engine, you're not going anywhere. But here's where it gets dangerous, because once people start earning more, they make a decision that wipes out everything they just built. Decision number 8, taking on bad debt to look successful. I gotta be honest, this is one of the biggest traps in modern life. Looking rich while being broke. Finance cars, luxury apartments, designer everything. All paid for with money you don't actually have. It's a performance, and it's costing people their future. Because bad debt doesn't just take your money, it takes your options. Every monthly payment, that's less freedom, that's less flexibility, that's less ability to invest. And here's the scary part. Most people normalize it. They think everyone has car payments. Everyone has credit card debt. Yeah, and most people are broke. That's not a coincidence. Wealthy people use debt differently. They use it to acquire assets, not liabilities. They borrow to invest, to build, to create income, not to impress people who don't care. Because here's the truth. Nobody is thinking about your car as much as you think they are. Nobody is impressed the way you think they are. And even if they are, it doesn't pay your bills. So here's the decision. Stop using debt to upgrade your image. Start using money to upgrade your life. Because one leads to stress, the other leads to freedom. And speaking of freedom, there's a decision that determines whether you ever actually get it. And most people completely overlook it. Decision number 9, not buying back your time. This one is powerful because most people think money is the goal. It's not. Time is the goal. Money is just the tool. Let me explain. If you're constantly busy, stressed, overworked, with no time to think, you're not in control. You're reacting. And when you're always reacting, you don't make good decisions. You don't build. You don't grow. You just survive. Wealthy people understand this. They use money to buy back time. They outsource. They automate. They delegate because their time is more valuable than their money. Meanwhile, Most people do the opposite. They try to save money by doing everything themselves, and it costs them time. And that time could have been used to learn new skills, build income streams, think strategically, so they stay stuck, busy, but not progressing. So here's the decision. Start thinking of your time as your most valuable asset, because once you protect your time, you unlock everything else. Now, this last decision, this is the one that ties everything together. And if you get this wrong, none of the others will matter. Decision number 10, not taking full responsibility for your financial life. Pay attention to what I'm about to say because this is the hardest one to hear, but it's the most important. Nobody is coming to fix your finances. Not your job, not the government, not your family. It's on you. And the moment you fully accept that, everything changes. Because as long as you blame the economy, your upbringing, your situation, you give away your power. But when you take responsibility, you take control. And control is where growth begins. Because now, you stop waiting, you stop complaining, you start building, you start learning, you start making moves. And no, it's not easy, but it's simple. Because the same way small bad decisions compound, small good decisions do too. And over time, they change everything. Since you made it this far, let's bring this full circle. Your life is not controlled by luck. It's not controlled by your job. It's not controlled by where you started. It's controlled by your decisions. Daily, consistent, often invisible decisions. And the crazy part, most of them feel small in the moment. But over time, they become everything. Because wealth isn't built in one big move. It's built in small decisions, repeated over years. So since you made it till the end of the video, I want you to do something simple. Comment the words wealth mode below, because that tells me you're not just watching this, you're actually thinking differently. And if you want to go deeper, you need to watch this next video, because I break down the exact habits rich people follow daily that most people completely ignore. And once you see it, you won't look at money the same again. Click that video right now, because the longer you wait, the more expensive it gets.